Hi guys, welcome back. We are hitting that time of year where we are going to start going back and reviewing some concepts that you will really need for geometry. And the first thing we're going to cover is solving equations again. So just in general, these are kind of our steps that we follow. We always want to make sure we do all of our distribution first. We want to make sure we combine like terms after that. Then we want to get the variables together and then get the variable alone ultimately when we're solving with one variable. Okay? So if I'm looking at this problem, the first thing I see is we have some parentheses, so I'm going to distribute my 3. 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 5 is 15, equals no distributing for 2x, but I do need to make sure I distribute this negative sign. Remember too, if there had been like a negative 4 here, we would have distributed the negative 4 all together. But it's just a negative, so we're just going to do minus 3x, and negative times a positive 1 is a minus 1. Then the next step, we need to combine like terms. There are no like terms on this side, but we do have like terms on the right hand side. So we are going to combine, so we're going to have 3x plus 15, nothing changed there, equals negative x, or negative 1x. Okay, because when we combine those two together, we get negative 1x. Okay, now I tend to like my variables to be positive, so I'm going to move that negative x over to my 3x. I'm going to add x to both sides. Again, getting your variables together first before the constants can help a ton. So constants are just your numbers without variables. Okay, so that's going to be 3x minus x is 2x plus 15 equals, the x's cancel, negative 1. Now I want to go ahead and move my constants together to get my variable by itself. Remember, our question is what is stopping it from being by itself? So we're going to have 2x equals negative 16. We're going to divide both sides by 2 to get x by itself, so x is going to equal negative 8. Okay? And again, I could go ahead and plug in 8 for all of my x's and see what I get and see if both sides equal, then I know for sure it is my correct answer. Okay, let's go ahead and try another one. I'm just going to draw a different color here so that way it's easier to tell that there's a break between the two problems. Okay, so again, we're going to start with this one, and we are going to distribute. So we're going to distribute the 4 here. So 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 5 is 20. We're going to distribute that entire negative 2, so it's going to be minus 2x minus 10 equals 6x. We're going to combine like terms on the left-hand side here. So we're going to have 4x minus 2x, which is just 2x. And then 20 minus 10 would be plus 10 equals 6x. Now since this 6x is almost by itself over here, I'm going to move the 2x to the 6x. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So we're going to get 10, because this cancels, equals 4x. We're going to divide both sides by 4 to get x by itself. And I have to sneeze, sorry guys. Just like real life. So we are always going to simplify our fraction. I'm not going to put this into a decimal. I don't need a calculator in front of me. I can just reduce. So 10 over 4 is going to be 5 halves. Now if I run a multiple choice test and there were only decimal answers, then I would say, hey, 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. But for right now, let's just leave it as a fraction. There's no reason to change it. Alright, and again, I could plug in 5 halves or 2.5 into all my x values and get that answer back. Okay, now this one we have no distribution, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my variables together. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And this is where it really comes in handy to have the variables together first. So this 3x cancels, but this 3x also cancels. So we get 5 equals negative 6. Take a second and think, what does that mean for the problem? There's no more variables. So does 5 equal negative 6? 5 does not equal negative 6, so this would be no solution. Okay, there's no answer to this problem. Okay, and you could kind of see it up here too, because 3x minus 5, or 3x plus 5 is not the same as 3x minus 6. Those will never ever equal each other. So no solution. So we'll either get one solution, like x equals 5 halves, or we'll get no solution. Think for a second what the other type of solution was. This one I have some distributing to do. So we have 3x plus 5 because nothing changed over here. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 5 is 15 minus 10. I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. So I have 3x plus 5 equals 3x plus 5. Now right here you can kind of tell 3x plus 5 equals 3x plus 5. That's infinitely many solutions. If for some reason you can't tell or you need to keep going, that is absolutely fine. Again, I'm going to get my variables together, so I'm going to subtract 3x. Cancel, cancel. 5 equals 5. 5 will always equal 5, so this means we have infinitely many solutions. Okay, I know some of you like to say all real solutions, or you can do the double R, whatever works for you. So you kind of have 3 different options here for your answer. Okay, I hope this video